Hello students, this is the second part of the video, that is lesson number 5, Global Climatic Change for 11th standard science as well as art students for geography subject. Now we are already studying global warming. As we have already studied that the average surface temperature of the earth is 14 degrees Celsius, but gradually because of large amount of harmful gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, the global warming is increasing and the temperature is rising. Okay, so it has been calculated that zero point 0.8 degrees Celsius, so this is the temperature which has been raised in this particular period of time. Okay, so this rise is a very small number, but it is making a big impact on all the ecological system or ecosystem or the biome in which we live. Okay, now we have also seen the definition of global warming. So what is the definition of global warming? In the case of global warming, the heat holding capacity, is increased in the atmosphere, means the earth, on the earth, the air, the atmosphere, it can hold the heat in tremendous amount. So because of that, what happens, there is an increase in temperature, the temperature gets more hotter, and such type of term is called as global warming. Okay, now what are the effects, what are the changes which you see after global warming, that we are going to study. So the first effect is heat waves. Okay, so what are heat waves? Increase in heat holding capacity of the atmosphere increases the temperature during summer. Summer can become even more intense or even deadlier and could bring the hot spells. So we all know that at the equator already on the Earth's surface, there is tremendous amount of heat, and such places are not favorable for human settlements. So if there is an increase in heat, definitely the temperature will be high. Okay, and such type of high temperature may lead to deadlier lives or it may lead to hot spells. So global warming also results into the heat waves. Now the heat waves of Chicago and Paris lead to the death of hundreds of people. Okay, so this is the thing which has happened in 1995 at Chicago and in Paris in 2003, which had made a big impact, and there was the death of thousands and hundreds of people at those places. Now the next topic is heat islands. Okay, now, global warming serves as the base from which heat waves become much worsened, especially in big cities where the heat islands effect comes into play. Urban areas heat up more readily because of the surface paved and constructions. Now, wherever there is a plantation, the land is under agriculture. So such places they always tend to be somewhat cooler. But if the places are under construction, if the places are under concrete buildings, big cities, so such cities they be easily gets warmer because of the heat waves. So such type of places are called as heat islands. Okay, so the areas which are covered by buildings, the areas which are covered by concrete road constructions, so such areas are more hotter as compared to the forest area, and this phenomena may further increase the temperature on the earth. तो इससे क्या होता है कि वहाँ का जो surface है तो उधर बहुत ज़्यादा hotness and the temperature is tremendous. Okay, so have a look at this graph. So this is the graph in which we have the years from 1880 to 2020. Okay, over here we have the sea level changes. Now you can see there is a consistent growth in the graph. You can see that the graph is consistently increasing. There is no decrease in the sea level. Always the sea level is increasing. Now, why is this so? This is only because of global warming. Because of global warming, there is a rise in temperature, there is a rise in sea water level. So, because of that, the sea level is gradually increasing from 0 mm to 225 or 230 mm. Okay, so we have a next topic, that is increase in sea level. so look at the graph in the figure 2.5 and answer the following questions. What does the graph show? So in this graph, you can understand that there is an increase in the sea level. The next question is, in which year there is a change around 225 mm? So there is an year called between 2000 to 2020. Okay, so you can gradually take a year that comes very close to these year ranges, and you can tell that it has the maximum sea level which is around 2025, 225 mm. What conclusion can you draw by seeing this graph? So after looking at this graph, we can conclude that because of global warming, there is an melting of ice and glaciers, and because of that, tremendous increase in the sea level is observed every year. What correlation can be seen in this graph and the graph of the rising temperature? So the correlation is only that there is a consistent increase, and as the years are increasing day by day, you can see that the sea level is also increasing day by day. So this is only the correlation which you can give for this particular graph. So we'll just go through the geographical explanation. The graph shows increase in global sea level from 1880 till present. With continued global warming, sea levels are likely to rise. So if the global warming is more, definitely the sea levels are going to rise. Okay. Since very, very long past centuries, the sea levels are rising. The global sea is around 50 mm more than that in 1990s. Sea level continues to rise at the rate of about 3 mm per year. Means every year there is a increase in the sea level which is about 3 mm per year. This global sea level rise is apparently being caused because of increased melting of ice such as glaciers and ice sheet. So many a times what happens whenever there are some water bodies, okay, water bodies in the form of glaciers, in the form of ice, so such glaciers and such ice, they start melting in the high temperature. So because of that, it results into sea warming. Next is higher sea level may also lead to deadlier cyclones as well as frequent flooding in the coastal areas. Many islands are also at a risk of getting submerged, and it is also means a loss of habitat for the fishes, birds and plants. अगर सी लेवल का पानी बढ़ जाता है, ओके, so what happens after that कि your coastal level, the coastal boundary, it also gets exceed. उससे क्या होता है कि floods होने के chances बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं, okay. So and there are some islands जो चारों तरफ से पानी से घिरे हुए होते हैं. So those islands, they also get submerged later on if the water body or the content in the water starts increasing. So the plants, animals which survive in these areas, they lose their house, they lose their habitat. So this is what ultimately happens when there is an increase in sea level. In India too, the sea levels are changing at different rates. So this is happening in India too. So we should control the level of pollution and the global warming. The coast, as per the studies carried out by Indian National Center of Ocean Information Services, it projects sea level rise by 9 to 90 centimeter between 1990 to 2100. Okay, so this is how the sea level is rising. It may result in saline coastal underground endangered wetlands, flooding of cities and coastal communities around Kutch in Gujarat, Mumbai parts in Konkan coast and southern Kerala, the deltas of the Ganga, Krishna, Godavari, Kaveri, Mahanadi and the eastern coast are to be threatened. So there are some coastal areas in India which are at a higher risk because of increase in the sea level. It may cause the salinity of that coastal area to be in rise, or it may cause flooding in such places like the deltas of Ganga, Krishna, Godavari, Kaveri, Mahanadi and the eastern coast. So the next thing is, what is the difference between global and local sea level? So there are two different measurements. Okay, there are two different measurements. Sea level rise at a specific location may be more or less than global average due to local factors like subsidence of land, flood control in upper part of the river, regional ocean currents. Okay, so many a times certain locations में जहाँ पे भी coastal areas होते हैं तो वहाँ पे global warming के वजह से फ्लड के चांसेस बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं. ओके, सो देर कैन बी मोर और लेस ग्लोबल एवरेज बिकॉज ऑफ द लोकल फैक्टर्स. अभी लोकल फैक्टर्स मतलब लैंड या फिर रिवर, all these are the factors which comes across a certain region. Sea level is measured using tidal data from stations with the help of satellite and laser altimeters around the world. Tide stations tells about local levels. Satellite data provides us the average height of the whole ocean. Together, both of these helps us to know our ocean levels are changing over time. So how can we calculate the sea level? The sea level is calculated with the help of tidal data which is seen at the seas. Okay, and there are some laser elements which are placed at the satellites. Okay, so because of this you can see whatever things are going throughout the world. So the tide stations they give us the local levels and the satellites they provide us the average height of the whole ocean. So comparing and taking into the consideration about both the datas, by that you can understand that what is the ocean level and sea level and how much it is increasing day by day. Okay, so this is about that point. The next point is melting of glaciers at high altitudes and snow in polar areas. So basically melting of glaciers is a natural process. Every time if that ice is melting, it is totally a natural process because of increase in the temperature. There are so many evidence which are found in means since many years. So in this part we have an evidence of Gangotri glaciers in Uttarkashi. Okay, so in Gangotri what is the changes we have seen? So over the last 25 years, Gangotri glaciers was more than 850 meters. Okay, with a recession of 76 meters in 1996, and later on there was a large amount of tremendous effect of the glaciation retreat. Okay, so what happened that because of tremendous heat the glaciers are decreasing day by day. So this retreat was around 22 meters per year, means each and every year there was a degradation of 22 meters because of melting of ice. So many scientists they started observation on it. So you can look at the figure on 31st of December 1984. It was maximum area was covered by white snow, white glaciers. But if you take into the account of 30th November 2018, you can see the land surface and the glaciers part has been reduced. So in the glaciers, near Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, in general, glaciers in polar areas have also been reported to have melting faster rates. And similar glaciers all across the Alps are retreating and disappearing every year. So soon, if such type of global warming may continue, gradually, there will be melting of ice. Gradually, there will be increase in the sea level, and there are the chances of floods. There are the chances of other tsunami waves, which may lead to a big disaster and loss of lives and loss of properties. So we must take care of our environment as well as we must avoid the things which may result into global warming. Okay, now the next topic is regarding other effects that we'll be studying in the next video. Do watch all the video series and the playlist of this particular chapter. Thank you for watching and do subscribe the channel.